The cults that tortured me and other kids forced us to ingest things that no human, no being should ever be forced to ingest. Of course, that causes psychological trauma. It is psychological torture, maybe physical too. I am going to get into some detail. If you don't want to hear it, scroll on. So the cult forced us to ingest our own feces and urine and vomit and that of other people, other victims. They also, after murder, forced us to ingest blood and also flesh, which is absolutely disgusting and inhumane to do. All of it is inhumane. And along with that, they would put in horrible mind control messages and tell us that, like, the blood and the flesh that we ingested of people, kids that had been murdered, that they were now in our bodies forever and that it would haunt us forever. And that those souls would blame us forever. They also forced us to ingest insects, live insects, and told us that they would eat at our body, at our stomach, and kill us, like cockroaches and maggots and things like that. Things that should never be forced on any being. And because of all that, I have a messed up relationship with food. Also, because the cult would starve me, forcibly starve me for weeks or months in the summer, every summer, and then forcibly force feed us. So there's a messed up relationship with food. There's also, I can't handle drinking anything or eating anything that is just red because of blood. And I cannot handle consuming any meat because of what they did. Like, I have been vegetarian since I was a kid. I was not allowed to as a kid, but I would run to the bathroom. Like, I would put the meat in my mouth, pretend to chew it, run to the bathroom and spit it out. And of course, I got tortured more for that. As soon as I ran away, I had just turned 17. I was vegetarian by choice. And the last few years that I lived there, the therapist that I saw advocated that I could be a vegetarian, and they accepted it and allowed it in everyday time. But it affects so much. And there's the psychological weight of it all and of the murder, and it is psychological torture. And then there are the times when it's almost the reverse, where the cult siphons off blood from us and they consume it, and then they say that they have control over us, over our bodies, our minds, our souls, because they have consumed part of us. All of it, it's using psychological manipulation and torture, and it is horrific and cruel, and it should never, ever happen. And it is only one aspect of the cult torture, and it is torture. And it affects us. It can affect us for life, and no wonder with what we've been through. So I have ways around things that help me cope better. Like when I make spaghetti sauce, I cannot handle it just as it is. But I put ground up chickpeas in the sauce, which I do because I'm vegetarian for protein, but I'm also doing to change the color so that it becomes orange, so then I can handle it, so then I don't get triggered with what I'm eating. And I have talked through a lot of this trauma so many times over the years with my therapist and drawn it out and written it out. And it helps. And it helps to talk to other survivors. And there are still echoes, or stronger than echoes, of that trauma in me. What the cult does is torture. And there are long-term effects, but there is also healing and strength and hope. Talking to other survivors, talking to people who can hear us with compassion and empathy, it makes such a huge difference, and I'm so grateful for it. And I hope you have that in your life too.